Hello, on the 3rd of March 2023, my 53rd birthday, and like most years, in fact, like all years really, I'm not having a party to celebrate. I don't really do parties. The last time I had a birthday party was 23 years ago, and that was in Johannesburg. I was living in South Africa for a couple of years in the most amazing house with a wonderful swimming pool in one of the most exclusive enclosed communities in Johannesburg. Before that, last time I had a party in the UK over half a lifetime ago, I was 25. That was great. Anyway, it is on your birthday that you traditionally give a speech, and I'm not really going to give much of a speech today other than to say it has been a really interesting year. The year in which I finally properly established my own company, Family Law Alternatives. Those of you who know me know that for the last 19 years, I've been helping fathers and mothers who don't get to see their children, often for totally unfair reasons. The statistic I always quote is that there are 1 million children in the UK that don't know their father. A couple of 100,000 children don't know their mother, don't get to see her. Over 90,000 children in care. Somebody's got to do something about it, and the problem is when people need help in that kind of situation, the traditional response is to go and take legal advice. But people are finding that solicitors are charging hundreds of pounds an hour to make their case more complicated and drag on for years. My company is all about helping people avoid going to the court if they possibly can, but where they have to, showing that there is an alternative way to using a solicitor barrister. Anyway, that's what I do. Enough about that for today. I want to take you all the way back to 3rd of March 1970. I was born under a wandering star was the title of the song that was top of the charts by Lee Marvin. At least I think it is. I've looked it up, and some of the listings I'm getting are saying that it was Wandering Star. Largely forgotten song by Lee Marvin, but a classic. And other charts are saying it was Edison Lighthouse. Remember them? Well, you might not remember the name so well, but you'll probably recognise the tune.
She ain't got no money, her clothes are kind of funny, her hair is kind of wild and free. Oh, for love flows where my rosemary goes, and nobody knows like me.
It was the week we had Bridge Over Troubled Water and a whole lot of other classics. But it was in Lambeth Hospital at 10 to 6 on that day that I came into the world. And here we are at Clapham Common with my mother, aged 25, Sarah Borchardt. Must be late February 1970 there, because she looks very close to dropping her firstborn. My father trying out his new cine camera, a UMIG, specially imported from Holland, I believe. Enjoying the scenery and quiet time before arriving at Lambeth Hospital. And here we are, very bright lights you had to have for city cameras in those days, and there is the little person, probably 1 day old there because some flowers have arrived. And that is my grandmother, my father's mother, born in Rotterdam, met my grandfather in the 1930s in Vienna, and they married in London just before the war and lived in Chiswick the rest of their lives. My father, very smartly dressed for the occasion. I bet people don't do that very often these days. But he looked rather excited and proud. Trained as a paediatrician, so he was the ideal person to check me over and make sure that everything was okay. And there were my grandparents, my grandmother and my grandfather, also very smartly dressed. Ferdinand Alexander Borchardt, born in Warsaw to a German father and a Polish or possibly Russian mother. I don't know, the borders kept changing in those days. And I hope my mother didn't mind all of these people in the room. It's an awful lot of attention for a time when she was probably absolutely exhausted and just wanted to sleep for a couple of days. But it's not just them. We also had the wider family as well. That is my other grandmother and my Aunt Christina. Christina is my father's sister, Ruth, born in Wallasey, the only English grandparent I had. And that is my Aunt Hilary and her husband Mike and my cousin Andrew, just 11 months old at the time. Looking very 1970, isn't it? Look at those cars. And that's the room. Proudly showing off Andrew. He was born on the April the 4th. I was born March the 3rd. My sister was born 7th, so 4th. My father 5th, me 3rd. My grandmother 11th. And it's all very exciting. So I was the first grandchild on my father's side and the second grandchild on my mother's side. And so that's why you saw Andrew, my cousin, slightly older than me. Just a moment ago, my Aunt Hilary again. Travelled all the way to Bristol, from Bristol rather, to be at this event. And still an awful lot of filming going on when, again, I'm sure my mother would just love to sleep. And here we are, the proud parents leaving Lambeth Hospital, a building that's no longer there, demolished to make way for housing, I think about 10-15 years ago. And off we go for a new life. Anyway, thank you for watching all that and joining me for my reminiscences, and I'm going to return you to Lee Marvin and his incredibly deep, resonant voice.
I've never seen a sight that didn't look better looking back. I was born under a wandering star. Mud can make you prisoner and the plains can bake you dry. Snow can burn your eyes but only people make you cry. Home is made for coming from, for dreams of going to, which with any luck will never come true. I was born under a wandering star. I was born under a wandering star. Do I know where hell is? Hell is in hello. Heaven is goodbye, forever it's time for me to go. I was born under a wandering star. A wandering star.
Mud can make you prisoner and the plains can make you dry. Snow can burn your your eyes, but only people make you cry. Home is made for coming from, for dreams of going to, which with any luck will never come true. I was born under a wandering star. I was born under a wandering star.
When I get to heaven, tie me to a tree, or I'll begin to roam, and soon you know where I will be. I was born under a wandering star.